y'all? This is Critic, and today I'm going to do a review for the new Marvel film that just came out, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. Now, if you know the Guardians, you know Star-Lord, Gamora, Rocket Raccoon, Drax, Mantis, Nebula, Groot, all these characters are together. Now, this is basically after the continuation of Endgame, and Chris Pratt, Star-Lord, is still heartbroken by Gamora dying and having to face the fact that this new Gamora is, different and split with him, and he's still not over that. Meanwhile, Rocket is in trouble, and the Guardians of the Galaxy are basically going to meet this new guy going by the high-end revolutionary, and they gotta meet with him and do such and such. That's basically the plot of the movie. Now, let me just say, I did not have any expectations for Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. Not only has Marvel dwindled down a bit with their movies, but also superheroes overall. These last few months, we have Ant-Man Quantumania, we had Shazam Part 2. I think the last good superhero movie was Wakanda Forever. Even that had some mixed signals, you know what I mean? So, I didn't know what to expect from this movie. I liked the first Guardians. I really enjoyed the second one. Those are really emotional and well made. Of course, by James Gunn, who is now the household of the DCEU. DCU. And now this is his last film. This is the last time you most likely going to see most of these characters. And we'll move on from there. So I watched the movie. And let me just say, surprisingly, this was one of the best superhero movies I've seen in a minute from Marvel. They have done a really good job at making us feel emotions with these characters. It ties everything in a nice bow with each of these characters. With Drax, Batista, with Gamora, Zoe Saldana, with Mantis, with Rocket Raccoon, especially with him, which I'll get to, and even Groot. All of them had a great conclusion in this movie, from Guardians of the Galaxy to now. And this movie also reminds me that Rocket Raccoon is probably the best MCU character they have. Not only with just him being a raccoon and talking, but how complex he is and what he had to go through, and how after seeing this movie you now see why he acts the way he acts, and it just hit different when you watch Volume 1 and Volume 2. Now in this movie you see the backstory for Rocket. You see him meeting his you see how he's made, you see how he's born, you see what he has to go through in his childhood, the friends that he made, and what he has lost. And then you see what he's going through, and it's really sad, man. Now, if you're gonna it involves animal cruelty, you're going to feel some type of way, and I don't know. They're gonna be some kids watching, and they're gonna be disturbed. I'm not gonna lie to you. They're gonna see what's going on, and you probably gotta put a hand in front of their face so they don't see the cruelty that's happening. But there's some sad stuff they had to go through, some animal cruelty. It was just sad to see Rocket go through that. And then you understand why he acts the way he acts. And I'm not trying to go any further without spoiling it, but you understand why he is the way he is. And it just reminds me how much we love this character. And how so many people, even though he's just a rocket, my fault, I'm stupid. Even though he's just a raccoon, a talking raccoon, we relate to what he has to go through. Not to that extreme, but this theme of the movie with all these characters is about acceptance, forgiveness, accepting the way things are and moving forward. This is what the Guardians of the Galaxy is about. You have all these outsiders who's been pushed away by the people that they around, and the fact that they can relate to being outsiders made them all a family. This is what Fast and Furious tried to get through, but they did this very well. And James Gunn is very good at writing characters emotion. He's very good at getting you emotionally attached to these characters and caring about them, feeling intense when they go through some stuff throughout this movie. You see this with Star-Lord. You see this with like all these characters. Like I said, everybody goes through growth throughout this movie. Nebula goes through growth. You see her being miserable, being angry, and feeling bitter, and now she's part of the Guardians of the Galaxy and having the time of her life, feeling happy. You see Drax. I'm not gonna get to what they're gonna get to, but they even go back to him being the dad, and that tying into this movie. You also got Mantis, who's made by Ego in the second movie, and her trying to grow herself and finding her place in the world. She even found out that she's related to Star-Lord, which is some type of growth because she's discovering who she is. So this movie was really good at showing growth, showing acceptance, and showing forgiveness for the things that had happened in the past. And that's what I really enjoyed about this movie. Also, the action is really good. The CGI is really good, surprisingly. I didn't see, bad CGI. Like, I didn't see no Ant-Man Quantumania. I didn't see no, what else I can... Disney Plus shows that show some bad CGI. Thor Love and Thunder CGI. I didn't see none of that. All the CGI is great here. The action is great. The music, of course, is really good. Probably even better than the first two. You got some, like, just hint a little bit. You got Earth, Wind, and Fire. You even got some Radiohead here, which is definitely implanted into the movie. You got all that here, and I really enjoyed that. Also, the things that I really didn't like in this movie is disappointingly Adam Warlock. Now, here's where my issues are here. Every time Marvel has a really strong character, they make them dumb. Like, very dumb. Drax, Thor, Hulk. Even though he's kind of intelligent, they still made him soft and smart, but dumb. They make Adam Warlock dumb here. Now, Adam Warlock's not a dumb character. I'm not saying Will Poulter did a bad job. He did good with what he had, because I did laugh at some stuff that he did because he was dumb. But I'm just tired of Marvel having these big, strong characters and make them stupid. Like, it's okay to make them smart and make them intelligent and strong. Like, it's alright. Like, why are you putting down these characters? Like, I don't understand. Why does it have to be Adam Warlock? Why? Why does he have to be this dumb? We don't want this. This is the problem. Anyway, I did not like the way they did Adam Warlock. I did not. I thought he was going to be this character that the Guardians of the Galaxy was going to have issues with, but at the end of the day, he was going to come around in them. It did not go that way. And I just did not like how they portrayed Adam Warlock. No problem with Will Poulter's performance as Adam Warlock, but I just didn't enjoy what they did with him. They basically made him Hulk. They made him Drax. They made him the dumb, funny, big guy that just doing whatever. But other than that, I really enjoyed this movie. I'm at the point where I'll probably put this movie as my top 10 Marvel movie. I'm not gonna lie to you. I never thought I would say this after Endgame and all the movies that we've seen, but this is definitely top 10 Marvel movies that I've seen. I'll even put this over Wakanda Forever, because even though I enjoyed Wakanda Forever, the problem was I didn't feel like everything was mixed together, and understandably so, because of what happened to the star. The movie couldn't really flow right, but here everything flowed right. The characters have a closing in, and everything was just satisfying. Even though the movie itself, it wasn't sad, I wouldn't say, but it was just very dark, and it was also funny. and you also understand the closing ends to these characters and it having a satisfying ending to the franchise itself. And this movie will remind you that James Gunn is probably best positioned where he's at right now with DC. And it made me confident that, maybe he can do a very good job with Superman Legacy when the movie comes out. So yeah, I really enjoyed this movie. I would give it a 4 out of 5 stars. It was very good. It's not like the Dark Knight or nothing like that, but it's just a fun time, and it makes you. Oh, I'm not gonna say it's fun time. It is really good. It's more than a fun time. It makes you understand these characters, and made you understand that Guardians of the Galaxy is the heart of the MCU, and it's gonna be very difficult for somebody to fill that spot. So, shout out to Chris Pratt, shout out to Zoe Saldana, shout out to Bradley Cooper, shout out to Dave Bautista, shout out to Paul. I don't want to say her last name wrong, but the girl that played Mantis. Shout out to Vin Diesel playing Groot, saying "I am Groot" millions of times. And we're gonna miss y'all being the MCU. And also shout out to James Gunn and good luck to being the leader of the DCU. So that's basically it for my. Also, there's 2 post-credit scenes, and I would say one of them was really good. Well, one of them was fun. The other one was just product placement, basically. That's just it. So that's all I have to say about the movie. Make sure to like this video, comment down below your thoughts on Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. Make sure to like this video and comment down below your thoughts on this movie. I don't know if I repeated it. If I did, my bad. Also, subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell to be the first to see my new content. Alright, y'all. Peace.